All right, everyone, welcome back once again to this Beefcast presentation in association with Muatorn TV, bringing you the final game in this best-of-3 series coming out of WCS European Championships, lower bracket round 5 do-or-die situation for these two players. Joining me as my co-caster, as usual, is Brandon from Muatorn TV. I'm so stoked for this game. What about you?
Yeah, of course. I'm hoping for more storms from Grubby. That'd be amazing. Or that Protoss player who we don't know the name of yet. Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. We talked about it during the break there for just a second. We both enjoy storms being used in ZVP. I mean, I'm a Zerg player. Oh my god. Look at this pool. Look at that pool. Hey, pool. Now, the unfortunate part here is that this is cross positions in Tombed Valley. That is a pretty long run distance. The other unfortunate part is Grubby's not taking a risk this time. He's going to be sending that probe directly in there. He's going to spot this coming.
Yeah, he's even scouting cross positions first.
Yeah,
that is
lucky.
Madness. He's going to see this so early. It's not even fair, man. Is this a cross-only map and Red didn't know?
I don't know. Because
might be the case.
Look at Grubby's scout pattern. It started going to the top right, and then he cut.
Was he looking for an overlord?
I don't know.
I mean, even still, like, Rhett's overlord went behind. But anyway, Grubby's seen this now. He sees the pool finishing. He's going to make the forge. I think you can even wall this off. It takes 2 more buildings?
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's going to pull probes.
Maybe.
He might pull probes and choke the ramp while a cannon finishes.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like that's a possibility.
Yeah, he can, I think, yeah, he can put a gateway, 2 gateways and a pylon here and wall it off, though, and he's pretty much got the money already. So I don't know, we'll have to see.
He might just do that, actually.
The cannon's going to go down right now.
Yep. And so
you know what? I've even seen Grubby hold this on this map. He uses a cannon as part of the wall.
Okay. And so, yeah, he's going to need some probes to come down. The Ling's going to be making their way in right now. Well, maybe he's not. You know what? There it is. Yeah, wow. Grubby, absolutely brilliant wall there. That is so good. You can tell that this is something that he's prepared for. Not necessarily that he practiced against, but something that he's had to deal with in the past. And so he'll be able to cancel that pylon right there. That photon cannon is done. Cancels the second gateway. The Lings are repelled. And if we take a look at the worker counts, 17 to 13 right now. No natural expansion down for Red. He's not going to be able to get that down for just a bit right here as the probe is still blocking. Going to need to wait until those 5 Lings make their way back. And Grubby, able to take the earlier expansion, able to have the economic lead, able to have the defensive lead. This is definitely a very good position to be the Protoss player.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. That was just so perfectly held. Now he's going to cancel his pylon before he loses the minerals, just delays the expansion a little more. His expansion's like almost halfway done, and Rhett just started his. It's like huge advantage for Grubby. Especially, you know, like a failed 8-gate puts you so behind him on drones. He's only at 19 and Grubby's at 20, so Rhett's going to be catching up in a moment, but Grubby's had more for longer, so good for him. He's now taking out this supply depot with his cannon, which is... I always kind of wondered why players bother sometimes. You're not going to put anything there.
Maybe you do, though.
I don't know.
Maybe you do.
Maybe.
Can you warp in on top of that?
You know, maybe that's it. I don't know. I've never tried. I don't get to play in maps with supply depots very often. I kind of just have to look ladder.
That's true. All right, well, now that this is calmed down just a bit, I suppose we can do the introductions of the players. You probably know who they are already at this point, so it's probably irrelevant. But I like to do introductions anyway. In the top left-hand corner of Entombed Valley, showing us that an 8-gate ain't no thing to a G like him. He is the G-man himself, Grubby.Grubby.
Grubby.Grubby. Yep, and as before, you know, same as always, LiquidRet, his opponent. He's playing Red this... It's actually, you know, they've been the same colors every game. Grubby's been green and Red's been red, so... Red's been red.
Red's been red.
Yep, he's the red Zerg.
And so we do see a Stargate now coming out of Grubby. Yeah. I definitely like this, the follow-up here, knowing that he's ahead in economy. He's going to be able to produce from that Stargate a little bit faster than his opponent's going to want to deal with. And so getting some Phoenixes out onto the map, maybe getting a Void Ray out onto the map is going to be able to secure him map control, and he should be able to easily expand to a third behind this. This expansion point is easily defended with just a few gateways right there, rather than something like, let's say, I think Daybreak yesterday with Baby Knight. When Baby Knight opened Phoenixes, he wasn't able to take that expansion. A little bit easier here on Entombed Valley.
Yeah, a third is just really easy to take. That's why Protosters kind of love this map. That's also kind of the spark of that like Banling drop all in that used to be really popular, but people don't do that anymore. So it's pretty much one of the safest thirds you can take.
Unless you're Demaga.
Unless you're Demaga, in which case you're just going to do those builds every game anyway. So.
Demaga just loves Bane Rain.
He really does love Bane Ring. He's like Life, but I mean, he's not as good as Life.
Yeah. Okay, so we do have an Overlord actually going to come in here. It's going to be looking for the Stargate, and I think that it's going to get to spot that, although the Stalker does come in. If Rhett sacrifices this Overlord, though, he might be able to get that spotted.
I'm not sure. You'll see the pylon.
Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, so the pylon's in vision, so the Stargate will be in vision in a moment here. He sees the Chrono Boost. Oh my god, I don't know if he saw it.
He didn't see it. I was watching the vision.
I had the Overlord selected for vision, and it died like right as he was about to see it, so I wasn't sure if he actually got it in vision. But yeah, Grubby, or sorry, Rhett doesn't know, and he's building a Roach Warren. That's not what you want.
So this is pure Phoenix. There's no Void Rays going to be coming out here. The Phoenix are completely hidden at this point. And so these Phoenixes are going to be able to do a ton of damage. There's no Spore Crawlers down right now. They're going to be able to make their way in and probably kill every single one of the Queens. And then from there, they'll have pretty free reign over the drones for about 30, 40 seconds if they've got any leftover energy here. And then they're going to be able to walk around the map and kill the Overlords, take complete map control. And once those Overlords are dead, once the map is cleaned up of these Speedlings, he's going to be able to so very effectively expand to his third. But we do see Spore Crawlers coming down now. I think those Phoenixes flew by an Overlord.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to get one Queen for free over here in the third. He's going to be able to pick off some drones over in this location immediately after. And he's actually going for Overlords instead. But he's able to very swiftly dodge that Spore Crawler. And now he's going to start to pick up a couple of drones here. Very good positioning with those Graviton Beams. Even going to make his way into the main right here. But there's already a Spore Crawler there as well. So he's going to have to drop that and reposition it with a Phoenix with a little bit more health. The Queen is going to fall. And then he's immediately going to go into the natural and try to take out that Queen as well. He's going to lose a Phoenix right here, as that one does fall, and he might even lose a second Phoenix if that Spore Crawler is targeted. At the same time, though, the Zerglings on the map are going to pose a little bit of a problem. This is one of the issues with a Stargate opening, is that Phoenixes cannot effectively deal with Lings.
Nope, they sure can't. If you build enough of them and they do a Roach attack, you can pretty much just kill other Roaches, but that's really risky. This is the problem with Stargate at the moment. Just Zerg, it's so easy to make a bunch of Zerglings. You always have some larvae saved up. Or not always, but generally you're going to have some larvae saved up, and you just make a shit ton of Lings, and they're probably not going to be able to hold you forever. Force Sentries right now will be able to hold for quite a while, but if these Lings get a surround on him, he's pretty much screwed. I need some Force Fields. Okay, good Force Fields.
Yeah, he still lost 3 sentries there, though, and had to waste 4 Force Fields. That's not what you want to have happen. There's a no more production in Lings right here, but the Nexus is actually going to be canceled. Yeah, he definitely failed there to get his units over there soon enough to save that Nexus. So that's not what you want to have happen. When the Zerg is going to have a 4th base up before you have your 3rd base up, it's not necessarily a good position. Now, the nice thing here is that these Phoenixes have done a little bit of damage. Definitely killed off 3 Queens there to get those injects down to a minimum. So the larva situation not necessarily going to be the best. So those Zergling reinforcements aren't going to be available. That's one saving grace here for the Zerg player, the Protoss player.
Yeah, he did do a lot of damage to those Phoenixes. I've just been looking at them. They all have most of them have at least 2 kills. There's one with 0, but that's the only one that's under 2 kills, and one of them even has 5. So quite a few kills. He's gonna get another Overlord here. He can keep hunting for Overlords. There's 2 more on the map, and even just denying Overlords and not losing your Phoenixes pretty much makes them worth it. You can do a Colossus timing after if you think you've forced other Infestors or Hydras like earlier than the Zerg wants them. That's fine, and it looks like, well, actually, Rhett is just going Hive, so he's decided that even though he's been losing economy, some Queens, stuff like that, he's got 80 drones, and that's enough for Broodlords.
Yeah, this is pretty greedy though, right here. The army size so low right now: 21 Lings and 8 Infestors But the army for Grubby, not that big either. He's got 1 Colossus, he's got 2 Immortals, a few Sentries, 4 Sentries, 5 Phoenixes, and a Stalker. Extended Thermal Lance going to be finishing up, +3 on the way. Second Colossus going to join in, and already going to a Fleet Beacon. So it seems like we've completely skipped the mid-game of this game. We're going straight to Hive Tech, we're going straight to Breedlords, we're going straight to the mothership here. The Phoenix is spotting this group of Lings over here. Not going to want to waste the Graviton Beam energy on those Lings for the time being, rather pull that up and use that a little bit later. But Grubby's starting to move out onto the map, the Colossi going to reveal themselves, but with that Spire already completed and Hive on the way, Corruptors are going to be easily added into the composition here for Rhett, and the Lings are driven back.
Yeah, you know, just a comment on like the fact that we pretty much have skipped the mid game. That's bad for Grubby at this point. You know, if he were to attack right, well, not right now because there are Corruptors on the way, a whole bunch of them, a bunch of Spines just finished. But if he'd attacked a little bit earlier, you know, right when his second Colossus got out, and he just finished this, you know, his 10th Gateway, he could have done a lot of damage if he'd had a good engagement and had a forward pylon. But at this point, there's too many Spines, really. You know, and that and Red can just delay with his Infestors. He's got, what is this, 8 Infestors, pretty much full energy?
Yep.
They can delay for quite a while.
And 9 Corruptors just made their way onto the field as well. Adrenal Glands even being upgraded at this point. Gravitic Drive, I believe that's Warp Prism Speed.
Yeah. That one's Warp Prism.
Yeah. Okay.
I recognize the icon.
Okay. Yeah, so that's definitely Warp Prism Speed going to be making its way out. So there's going to be some harassment added here with Blink Stalkers on the way as well. And a Mothership. So Grubby just completely skipping the mid game, going directly into that late game Warp Prism harassment, directly into that late game composition of Blink Stalkers, Colossi, Archons, and the Mothership.
Yeah,
this is kind of an weird game.
Yeah.
Weird game.
Odd choice, but you know, this has allowed Grubby to get his 4th up, or it's getting up, so he wouldn't even be really that behind on bases at all. These 4 Zealots have also delayed the 5th, so
they actually forced a cancel on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice. So forcing a cancel on it even better. I guess they got their drone as well, so even better. The Lings do clean them up, and I believe the Warp Prism is still around.
I don't know where the Warp Prism is. No. The Warp Prism was killed by the Corruptors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched the Corruptors go over there. Yeah, I didn't see that at all, actually.
Okay.
I saw it, yeah.
I just went down and I'm like, hey, there's 4 Zealots here. I guess they killed something?
I saw the canceled Zerg building on the ground. That was what I saw. And then I saw the Corruptors flying away, so I'm like, okay, that's a dead Warp Prism.
DT Shrine from, Dark Shrine, sorry, from Grubby here. So I really like that choice. If you're going to do a lot of Warp Prism harassment, Dark Templar are like the best units for that. You can warp in like 6 Zealots and 4 GTs, and you kill any building before Zerg can react with this type of army.
Definitely. And it's even better to deny expansions because Zerg can't get the Spine Crawlers down, they can't get the Spore Crawlers down until they already have creep there. And we do see a Nexus actually killed in the top right-hand corner over here by Rhett. No cancel on that from Grubby, a rare misstep.
Yeah, 400 minerals at this point isn't really a huge deal, though. You know, you can lose that Nexus and be like, well, shit happens, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be worse if it was like mining and then they killed all the probes. Like I've been saying a lot, like, you know, probes are actually an important part of your economy. Losing a Nexus is just 400 minerals. Losing all your probes is the minerals plus time. I'd much rather lose a Nexus than 8 probes.
We do have 9 Zealots actually over here. Well, he just picked up 3 of them, but 6 Zealots going to go start working on this hatchery, and the hatchery definitely going to fall here as that 5th base going to be delayed once again. Corruptors trying to chase down this Speed Warp Prism, but that thing is so damn fast. It's like Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, man. And Phoenix is going to be baiting out a few fungals here. All 8 of those infestors are on full energy, so 2 fungals wasted, not a huge deal. A couple of panic force fields actually going down to make sure he's not going to get chased. And this is what is just a little bit of a feint by Grubby.
Yeah, I like that he does the pressure at the front and then drops his Zealots. He's actually killing probes or drones with those Zealots in the 3rd. So well done by Grubby. He does a little bit of damage. Doesn't really lose anything other than like force field energy and minerals, so completely okay. Grubby also almost got like 6 more Zealots warped into the main. If those had been finished, then Red might be in a lot of trouble. He'd have definitely lost his queen, as it's only at 10 health right now, so it was probably at about 3 or 4 before.
Yeah,
much
down
lower.
to 3.
Yeah, so and actually Brett might lose his base again in the top right. Nope, Storm. He's gonna save it probably. Really nice storms. It's definitely worth doing that. Just, you know, oh wow, he still lost it. But if you can save a Nexus with storms, it's usually worth it. In this case, I guess not because he didn't save it, but he tried.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that he wasn't able to get those units there fast enough. I think that Charge is finished now. So I don't know why those units look so slow. 2 DTs going to be making their way over to this building hatchery right there. That is definitely going to die or be canceled. There's simply nothing that Rhett can do at this point to get an Overseer over there and units to kill those in time. So definitely unfortunate. That is not even canceled, just straight up killed right there. Another Speed Warp Prism going to be making its way down the left side of the map, as DTs actually do kill the 5th base as well. And there's going to be another Warp Prism there to finish that up and probably deny the base once again. But at the same time, Grubby making his way out onto the map right now. Where's the mothership, do you know?
I think he's probably going to leave it at home for recall. But I can't see it. Oh, it's by the, it's with the Phoenixes by the 4th. So he's definitely looking to push forward, try to even bait fungals and stuff like that, and just recall his entire army. I see the Grubby do this all the time, and I've started doing it as well just because it works so well for him. You know, even if you kill a base or just kill a bunch of spawns and then recall your entire army, you haven't lost anything to force them to lose drones and spines. He's killing his sentries right now, or his immortals, sorry. Different.
Yeah, definitely different. You don't see roaches as the primary composition of a super late game army over here. So those immortals definitely not going to serve the best of purposes. They're extremely good at killing infestors, but so are pretty much everything else in your army. Those infestors aren't going to be fighting units, those are support units, so you don't want something in your army specifically to deal with those. And the main base getting harassed over here did lose a Spore Crawler, another Queen, a couple of drones, but at the same time the 5th base and the 6th base taking some additional harassment from DTs and Zealots. And
Grubby just killed like 5 infestors with Zealots and a Templar in the 5th. That was huge. Every time you can kill infestors for like units that you don't care about losing, that's massive. You still got even 4 Templar for more feedbacks and whatnot. But you know, Rhett doesn't have, what is this? This is 28 Broodlords are done, so that's still pretty hard.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Kind of ridiculous. I see 20 Broodlords on my count. That is 80 supply in Broodlords.
Oh, you're right. Oh, right, it's 24. It's 3, not 32. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, that's 80 supply in Broodlords, so there's not a whole lot of Corruptors here. And so this is actually a relatively small army, baiting his opponent into the choke while dropping storms on these Corruptors. Able to do a ton of damage to these Corruptors, but he's losing a couple of Colossi and lost a couple of Templar as a result. And Rhett is actually taking this opportunity to just go ahead and move out across the map. He wants to get a superior position. I would say that he is in a good position right here, outmaneuvering his opponent, even though his opponent has the faster army. But Grubby actually going to be able to make his way and meet up with the rest of his army. Oh, this is kind of a crazy late game right now. Both these players just continuing to upgrade all kinds of stuff. Air Armor level 2 is coming out right now for our for our Protoss player, and 2-2 already done for the Zerg player. The level 2 shield upgrades already done as well, and 4 Stargates coming out, so definitely could be a carrier transition.
Wow, you know what? Grubby's actually got more workers than Rhett right now. It's at 88 to 64, so that's actually a problem for Grubby. You never need 88 probes. Ever. Your army's just not good enough if you have that many, especially in, you know, Rhett attacking right now in the middle of Grubby's carrier transition. I don't think he can actually bother fighting this army. He's going to have to counterattack and maybe do like a recall or something. A head-up fight right now, that's suicide. You know, even with more Broodlords being made. If Grubby can finish his Broodlord transition and carrier transition and get enough carriers out to fight this army, he'll win because it's all Broodlord. But I don't know, man. That's going to be so hard, especially, you know, even if that does happen, there's still Corruptors and Infestors left. But I still think Grubby would have an advantage, but this army's just going to steamroll. Yeah,
there's a bit of a base trade situation going on right now. Both players going to be attacking into each other's 4th. The 4th dying very, very quickly over here for Grubby as those 23 Broodlords just rain down Broodlings. They're raining down nightmares onto the Protoss army right now. The Blink Stalkers and the Colossi going to be making their way into the hatchery, but because of that excessively high probe count, the army is significantly smaller right now for Grubby. If we take a look at army supply, is actually 128 for Grubby to 146 for Rhett. 146 army supply.
Yeah.
In Broodlords and Corruptors and Infestors. That is literally the only army. That is absurd. This is the scariest Zerg army. I am Zerg and I am scared like crazy of this army. But this base trade situation just completely continuing at this point. The carriers are starting to make their way out onto the field. The Graviton Catapult also being researched right now. But both of these players are losing so much. Now, the unfortunate part here for Rhett is that he's killing the satellite bases. He's killing the mining bases. But Grubby has a huge bank. He doesn't necessarily need those right now. He's going to be able to reproduce and make that carrier transition at home even without those units. Now, the thing for Rhett is that Rhett has lost everything over here. Absolutely everything. He's not going to be able to reproduce. He's not going to be able to continue mining. He is all in on the Zerg army, and this is not necessarily a bad army to be all in with. He's starting to reproduce up here in the top right-hand corner, but at this point, there's not a whole lot left for Rhett. He's going to be losing the Greater Spire right here, as it does finish up +3 air carapace. Definitely something you want to have finished beforehand, but not going to be 4 carriers in production right now, as the Zerg army is starting to make their way back across the map, but now changing targets, saying, hey, we're going for this Protoss base. This is our shot right here. And Grubby's army is completely across the map, so he's going to need to use that recall at some point here if he wants to try to defend this third, but he needs to buy more time for those carriers to make their way out onto the field. And where is the mothership? It is...
yeah, it's just in the main with where the carriers are rallied to. Yeah. This game is crazy. I have no idea who's going to win. Actually, at this point, like... Rhett could get eliminated if he loses the Satchery and doesn't make anything else before then. So definitely watch that. I don't see any other buildings. Yeah, he doesn't have any. No, he's got 1 Spore Crawler in the main that Grubby missed. So even if that is killed, it won't be eliminated. But this is crazy. Right here is taking out the third. He's going to kill all these probes, and he's even fighting with drones right now. I assume he's going to put a hatchery down or something here. He definitely should. Yeah, he just lost the hatch over at that third, so he's going to get revealed soon. And if that happens, Grubby will kill that, and you know, Rhett won't have any hidden buildings left. Yeah,
this is definitely a strange situation right now. There are 12 drones on the field. They're engaging with the probes right now. Drones versus probes with Broodlords, Infestors, and Corruptors as supporting units. Oh, this is absolute insanity right now. Grubby's still trying to make his way out onto the map and kill anything that there is left. However, he knows that he can't engage the Zerg army. There's just absolutely no chance. You can't engage 27 Broodlords with anything in conventional Zerg means. You gotta have like a nuke or something, maybe like 6 nukes to engage this army. And so Grubby just trying to make his way around the map with the superior mobility army, killing anything that he can. But where are the last buildings here for?
They're in Grubby's third. There's 2 hatcheries. That's it. Oh, and that Spore Crawler is now dead, by the way. 2 Zealots went and killed it.
Yeah, I'm watching that die right now. And the Broodlords are going to be making their way in there. There are a lot of carriers over here, 4 carriers and the mothership, along with a couple of ground supporting units over here. And yeah.
Oh, a carrier gets picked off there. That sucks. Nice storms though. This is like one of the big things in this engagement is going to be the storms. The carriers, if he can kill all the Infestors and Corruptors, the carriers win the game. What?
And yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on right now, but I don't see any other buildings on the map right now.
No, it's just eliminated.
Yeah, and there's still a lot of Broodlords just raining down onto this Protoss army right here, but the Protoss going to make their way into the third base for Grubby, as these 2 hatcheries are the only remaining buildings, and it looks like, yeah, Rhett is trying to kill Grubby as fast as he can, but the last hatchery is going down, and it's over.
Yeah, I kind of spoiled the ending there. I'm sorry. I was ahead of you again.
Yeah, you're like 15 seconds ahead of me.
Rhett just got eliminated.
Good game, BattleNet 2.0.
Yeah, dude.
It's pretty annoying.
Everyone knows that Blizzard only makes quality games nowadays.
But yeah,
this is 24.
It's pretty sloppy from Rhett. He had 12 drones and 2,500 minerals. He should have had hatcheries at every corner of this map.
Yeah, he'd have
won.
won.
And he would have won the game.
Probably. I mean, there were a lot of Next is for Grubby, so I guess there would have been a chance, but Red knew about them, I think. Yeah, he knew about... Oh, I didn't know about the one in between the two mains on the left side, but... The mining one there, but...
Wow, that is... Like, I'm looking at this image. If you're still in the game, in the top left-hand corner, the carriers, the mothership, the infested Terrans being thrown in. There's, like, some High Templar and some sentries up there. It's like crazy. It's like Custer's Last Stand up here as the Broodlords are just completely surrounding everything. And
it's like
then
I mentioned in the campaign.
No. You know what this is? You know what this is? Okay. Star Wars Episode 1. When the planet, what is it, Naboo, is being overrun by all the droid armies, and they're about to get absolutely shit on, and then Anakin blows up the droid control thing, and everything just freezes, and they're like, oh, I guess we won. That's exactly what it is. Perfect analogy. Cast done. I'm out of here. This has been WCS European Championships lower round 3. Grubby moving on. LiquidRet is eliminated here at the last stand of Naboo. Oh, I've been casting House of Beef. Check me out over at youtube.com/beefpotpie1. Joining me, my co-caster, as always, is Brandon, aka Muatorn from Muatorn TV. Buddy, where can they find you?
I almost feel bad plugging myself right now. I mean, that Naboo joke is just too good, man. It's too perfect. But if you really want to, on YouTube, this is youtube.com/MuatarnTV, MUATARAN. And on Twitter, it's just @Muatarn. It's the same spelling.
Yep. I'm just looking at it right here, man. This is like this is the fighters in their Naboo fighter things.
Yeah.
Killing the droids, and this is the rest of the army back on Naboo, just stranded over there, about to get shit on. Oh, so good. All right, I'm out of here. Are we doing another series?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna go find another series to do. Anybody watching live, we'll be right back. Thanks for watching on YouTube. We'll